Adobe Premiere Pro is an excellent video editing software that can be used in a ton of different video formats. Apparently, for new editors just like myself, there's a first step that can seem immediately off-putting, and that is Premiere Pro's sequence settings. So in today's video, we're gonna focus on sequence settings, how to edit, create, and also the best sequence settings to use for a video. Hi, my name is Johnny Wonders, and in this channel I do a lot of travel and food vlogs as well as tools and tutorials just like this one. So if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing. By the way guys, this video is the second video in my Premiere Pro tutorial series. The first video that I made, I talked about how to ergonomically set up Premiere Pro for beginners. If you want to check that video out as well, I will include the link in the description below. So now we have our Premiere Pro open. So in this video, we're gonna talk about three things. First is the easiest way to get the right sequence settings. Fortunately, Premiere Pro has two ways to ensure the sequence settings match your footage. The first is creating a sequence from a clip. So select the clip that you want your sequence settings to match, right click, and new sequence from a clip. So there, automatically, your sequence settings matches your clip. So in this case, it is a 1920 by 1080 footage with 60 FPS. The second way is adding a clip on an empty timeline. In this case, I have a 1920 by 1080 sequence right here, and I have a 4K resolution footage here from a GoPro. So all you have to do is add that on your timeline, and this window will appear. So it asks you whether to keep the existing settings or change the sequence settings. If you click change the sequence settings, it will automatically match the settings on your clip. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to customize your sequence settings. You're going to be working with multiple video formats, or you simply want to input your own settings rather than relying on your clips. You can customize your sequence settings before you begin editing. So how to do this? You can either go to File, New, and select Sequence, or you can just simply press Ctrl-N. And upon doing that, you will come up with this window. So just go to Settings, and in Editing Mode, go to Custom, Time Base 23.976 frames per second, Frame Size 1920 by 1080, and that will give you automatically an aspect ratio of 16 by 9. But if you want to work with 4K footages, you can change this one accordingly. The pixel aspect ratio, make sure that it is square pixel 1.0, and the preview file format, iframe only MPEG. So you don't really have to change anything else, just make sure that you change these to these variables. By the way guys, this is the best sequence settings that you can use if you're a beginner. So I suggest you do this if you're gonna make some cinematic videos, but if you're gonna do some sport videos or anything that requires a more frame rate, you can change this one accordingly. So if you click OK, you will have a new sequence that has the settings. By the way guys, you can actually save the settings as a preset as well. So how to do that? Press Ctrl-N, go to Settings again, make sure that everything is edited just like earlier, and go to Save Preset. And it will prompt you to create a name. For example, let's put 1920 by 1080 23.976 FPS Cinematic. Click OK, and now it will appear under your sequence presets under the custom. Alright, so the last thing we're going to talk about guys is working with multiple sequence settings. Some projects might need multiple sequence settings, especially if you want to export in different formats. For example, you may need to export the same video in 1920 by 1080p for YouTube and 1080p by 1080p for Instagram. For you to be able to do this, just follow these simple steps. Once you finish editing your sequence, go to your project panel or project browser, just right click the sequence that you have and duplicate it. After duplicating, name it accordingly. say Instagram. After editing the name, double click the sequence and it will appear on your timeline. After doing that, go to sequence settings, and change the aspect ratio or the frame size 1080 by 1080, and it will automatically change the aspect ratio to 1:1. Click OK and click OK. So now you have a 1:1. All you have to do next is change or adjust the scale and also the position of your essential graphics, your video. For example, this one, you can change the position of those so that it will be in the center. And just like that, now you have a footage you can upload on Instagram. Alright guys, once again, Johnny Wonders here. I hope you learned something today. If you have any comments, suggestions, recommendations, or if you have a better sequence settings that you think that is worth to check out, please let me know in the comments below. Once again, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace!